And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. Eric Harris, we take a look at this Cardinal ball club as they enter play this afternoon. They come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, and that last loss dropped them back to the 500 mark on the year. So obviously they'd like to get back into that positive numbers with a win here.
Waka looks in, ready with the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Wong has it, and he's retired here, 1 away. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. How do they go about taking down their rivals, Steve?
I think this team really needs to find that right balance between power and speed. They've got them both, but you can't rely too heavily on the long ball, and you also can't run yourselves out of potential run-scoring opportunities. So mix it together well.
Jason Hayward will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. First delivery to him on the way. And that's taken for strike one. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Balls and strikes belong to Mr. Jerry Hillsdale.
Yeah, Jerry seems to call a really good game back there, Matt. It's pretty rare that you see anyone too overly displeased with his zone.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
It was kind of a delayed swing right there. He looked like he had to wait to see if it was going to be anywhere close, and now he's in a big hole.
To first, gloved by Adams, and he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first. And with a quick breather here, a look at the defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, Matt Carpenter can play a number of positions. He's played second, third base. For me, he's better suited at third base. Very sure-handed. He's got a good enough arm to play over there. And I think he's a bit more comfortable at that position.
Javier Baez gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Into the windup and the pitch. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. 2 out, nobody on.
Nope,
2-0.
Yeah, a little unlucky here to be behind 2-0. Those first couple of pitches haven't missed by a whole lot.
3-0 now.
And that questionable call on the previous pitch, it really changes the at-bat because he doesn't want to just lay one in there on 2-0. Now it's 3-0, and the tide is not working in his favor.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
And we'll have the first base runner of the ball game here as that misses, and it's a 2-out walk.
And I may not know a whole lot about pitching, but what I do know is this is not the guy you want to be putting on base with a walk. That definitely puts the stolen base in order now with 2 away.
Anthony Rizzo will get his first opportunity here, currently leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories.
He's having just a great season, but it's so hard to lead all 3 categories. He's not even in the top 5 in average.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Runners off for second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And no throw, as it turns out, as he takes second with ease.
Well, it's almost impossible to get the runner on a pitch in the dirt. And here, he's just making sure that this ball doesn't get by into the backstop. So you see, he turns his glove over, gets big, and just tries to keep the ball in front of him, and he'll keep that runner from getting any further.
And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
Yeah, and on 2-1 right now, you got to figure this guy's wound up for the fastball here. maybe you come with the breaking ball here out of the zone and hope he goes after it.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And the stolen base winds up as a moot point as the inning is over. One left for the Cubs. It's the Cubs nothing, Cards coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. John Lester is the man towing the rubber for the Cubs in this one. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, this year his strikeout to walk ratio has been outstanding, so look for a lot of strikeouts here in this one.
Matt Carpenter comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the
Leading
first.
off for the Cardinals, the third baseman, number 13, Matt Carpenter.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. EK, one-year-old ball clubs. The Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in playing well. 6-3 over the last 9 ball games, including a victory last time out.
And after the loss in the opener of the series, that was a much-needed win yesterday. So they can look to win this series and take 2 out of 3 if they can just take care of business here.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And he is going to have extra bases here to start the home first. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
That's a great swing there. Leading off an inning, it's a fastball, but he just goes right with it and drives it the other way toward the gap. He's going to wind up on second here with a leadoff double.
Johnny Peralta steps in, hoping to get things going at the plate. You can see it's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games. First offering on its way. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
A little bit of hang time there to that curveball. I don't think that's exactly where he's going to want to throw that pitch going forward. It worked out right there, but he better find a little extra snap on that pitch in the future.
Down the third baseline. And that's a fair ball as this one gets by him at third. Now the throw comes quickly into the third baseman, so they're at the corners now to begin the inning.
Well, these guys have certainly come to swing the bats. They get the leadoff double, now a single, and they're threatening to put a good number on the board here in the very first inning.
Matt Adams will stand in for the first time with gaudy numbers here in the month as you see him there. He's set. Here it comes. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Runners are at first and third with none out. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
When you're in a key spot like this, you can't allow yourself to get tied up that badly.
And he'll take the fastball here inside off the plate. It's 1-2.
That high fastball is definitely a pitch guys will pop up, and that's what he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold back and not swing.
And a bluff move here to first, but it won't draw a throw. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. Now a moment here in St. Louis to look at the Cardinals starting lineup. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Well, Matt, they need Matt Carpenter to get back on track. He's without a steal in this series. Not a stat line you hear about him too often. Just needs to work on getting on base, and then he can think about being aggressive and taking an extra 90 feet.
Here comes the first pitch. Lays off 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Well, he's having some problems here with location. He's got 2 on already here in the first, and that last pitch right down the middle.
Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Now, with runners at the corners and 2 strikes, this is a spot where you've got to make something positive come out of this on the mound.
Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
Scorched to third. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. But he'll recover in time to get the lead runner at second. So a heads-up play there to get that second out. And he's going to make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My word.
And here's a situation where he's probably keeping at least one eye on that runner at third base to see if he's breaking or not. But once he bobbles this thing, it's all academic from there.
Standing in now, Stephen Piscotty, as he swings and hits this one fouled off to the right and out of play. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Has to be thinking strikeout here. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 2 hits here in the inning lead to a run for the Redbirds. It's on to inning number 2 now in St. Louis. St. Louis is out in front, 1-0. Jorge Soler comes forward, hoping to get it going at the plate. Only 1 hit in his last 4 ball games.
Soler.
In there, strike 1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And on 0-2, I'd be shocked to see another fastball in the strike zone.
Try to change a pace with 2 strikes there, but it misses 1-2.
Good changeup right there, down in the strike zone. Definitely the one they wanted to strike him out on, so that's a great job to lay off.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. 1 away.
And this is right where they wanted this thing. You see it on show track there? They wanted to take him up around the letters, hoping for the pop-up, and that's exactly what they got.
Here's Addison Russell. And he lays off there 1-0. The numbers offensively pretty dismal to this point, down in the 170s to start play. 4 home runs and 16 RBIs. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Waka's ready. Here's the 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Backhanded. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He doesn't really have a chance to set himself up, so this is all arm, but he makes it look routine.
Stepping in now, Matt Caesar. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Had him out in front there as he takes strike 1 on the circle change. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Took him right up the ladder that time, and it's 1-2.
And we've seen guys swing at that 4-seam riding fastball up in the zone. But you're never going to get on top of that thing when it's up that high.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Hit hard back up the middle. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They trail this one 1-0. Colton Wong will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, kind of more of the same for him, guys. I mean, you can see that he's not sporting the strongest batting average this year.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2. Too high, 1-2.
And now on 1-2, this might be a spot where that high fastball was just a setup so that he can come back with that big curve.
Oh, and I think that got him in the foot. And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. Anthony Garcia will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. There's a first pitch curveball trying to come back to the outside corner. Didn't get it that time. It's ball 1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Hayward has a read on it, and he makes the catch for the second out. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, Anthony Rizzo is really the centerpiece for this Cubs ball club. Offensively, we know what he does. Defensively, he really holds this infield together. Very fluid over at first base, good soft hands, and has a good throwing arm as well.
Eric Fryer gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
And if you're not careful, this is the kind of guy that can run off 6 scoreless innings against you from here out. So that first inning run isn't something you can bank on holding up.
Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. We play 2 innings. It's 1-0. Aerial view there is St. Louis from high above the Mississippi River as we welcome you back to baseball on the show. David Ross is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
Number 3, David Ross.
Waka gets the sign. First pitch on its way. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. And this is a fastball that's right on the black but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now.
Well, that's the importance of having veterans on your ball club. You know, a young guy might have swung at both of those first 2 pitches.
And this one's over at the knees, 2-1.
Yeah, you don't see 2-0 changeups too often, but if you know a good hitter is going to be sitting fastball, don't give him what he wants.
And they set up away with the fastball, but it misses, 3-1.
You can bet they'd love a ball 4 here. Now, that would let this guy have a shot to bunt him over.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
Still no hits on the ledger, but at least they get themselves a base runner here. And that's a step in the right direction.
Lester.
The pitcher, John Lester, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation. So let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
Now Lester squares and gets this one down. And they'll just tag him out along the first base line. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw.
Well, this is a nice job here of giving himself up. You see him square and put this ball down over toward the right side of the infield, and that's just where you want it to be. They do put the tag on him, but hey, he gets the job done.
Here's Arizmendi Alcantara, batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. Ground ball right side. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
And this is what folks mean when they talk about time in the fastball. He looks at the first pitch just to get a feel for the speed, the movement, and then when it comes again, now he knows how to handle it.
Waka a check at first. Oh, and it throws him, and they got him.
You could tell he didn't want to waste any time down there. He was getting set to go on that very first pitch, but they caught him leaning the wrong way, and he's picked off.
Here's Jason Hayward now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 2 outs here with a runner at third. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Throw to the plate, and he will be tagged out at the plate. So it remains a 1-run deficit here as the side is retired. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Michael Waka digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Pitcher, Michael Waka.
.92 splits the plate, and it's strike 1. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Ah, that thing's knee-high on the outside third of the plate. Pretty understandable why he couldn't catch up with that one.
Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Caesar on the move. One down.
Third baseman, number 13, Matt Carpenter.
Matt Carpenter will get his second shot at it now. He doubled to start out the home first.
Well, he hit the fastball, so we're going to see right here if they still come at him with the hard stuff.
And a high strike there, 0-1. Sliced hard on the ground. On to first, and there were two down.
Yeah, it took him a few batters to get it going in the first, but after that first inning run, he's come back to retire the next 6 in a row.
Johnny Peralta is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High and away on the first pitch fastball there. It's ball one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Now a swing, and he pops it foul behind the plate. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Leading off the inning, Jason Hayward, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Good cut fastball in there, 1-1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him. You worry a little about things snowballing from here?
Well, you know, these are two teams that don't traditionally care for each other too much, so we've seen this go south before.
A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth. But hold on here now. He jumped out of that dugout in a hurry. He might ask for that out call to be reviewed.
Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see what the word from the dugout is. But here's one more look at it. Man, that's tough to tell if he was out for sure from that angle. And I can see why this was a really tough call on the umpire.
So here's the signal from the dugout, and it appears they will decide not to challenge the call on the field, so the runner is out at first. Here's Javier Baez, as he'll take a look at ball one. And And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Yeah, they're being really careful with this guy. Remember, they walked him the first time around, and now they're behind 2-0 to him right here.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes, he did. It's ruled a strike. All even now, 2-2. Waka steps into his windup. Here it is on 2-2. Chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Right side hit hard, and that'll find its way into right field for a one-out single.
Just the second hit they've got against him so far as we check on his numbers to this point. He's pretty much been in control all afternoon, so we'll see if he can keep that string of zeros going.
Anthony Rizzo is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1.
Even though that's a strike, that's still not a bad take because you're facing a guy that's already walked a few guys, so make him throw some more pitches. Run that pitch count up.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does two things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Waka a check at first, and he just manages to get his hand in. Two-one, here it is. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Grichuk sprinting after it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an appropriate time to check out our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And both of these guys bringing it pretty good. 97 and 93 is the top recorded speed so far. Jorge Soler is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up.
And he popped up a high fastball last time, so maybe they feel like they can beat him upstairs. We might see that same pitch again in this at-bat.
First things first, here's the throw over. And the runner back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
And good contact there as this is hit high and deep to right center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Cubs strand one. It remains 1-0. Matt Adams is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
Baseman, number 32.
He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. A breaking ball swung on and missed, and he's set down for the second time this afternoon.
And this is where the scouting report really pays off. I mean, sometimes you just got to go looking for a soft spot in the guy's zone, and they found one there.
Here's Randall Grichuk. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Caesar is in pursuit. Makes the play, and there are two gone now.
Very quickly, 5 pitches and 2 outs here in the fourth. Well, those are the kind of innings you love to have if you plan on working deep into a ball game.
Striding into the box, Stephen Piscotty. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And there's the good fastball from Lester as he jumps ahead. No balls and a strike. And he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
And he's really going to have to fight now. You got to take a little bit out of your swing and find a way to put this ball in play.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Cardinals, but they're on top 1-0. Leading off the inning, Addison Russell, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
And here's a fastball called for strike one. The pitch count there, 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Slow curveball, like a balloon, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 2.
Yeah, and it's tough enough to hit 95+ mile-an-hour fastballs. That curve gives you something else to think about altogether.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
He's hoping to just run that heater by him. So he's ramped up the velocity here at the last 2 pitches.
And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Garcia has a read on it. He's got it 1 away.
And, you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. Looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Into the box, Matt Caesar. He got on top of one and was a ground. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw gets him, 2 down.
The amazing thing is that he's still yet to strike a guy out so far. But when you've got good movement on your off-speed stuff, you don't have to strike guys out to be successful.
David Ross will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
And you know, you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. And this is taken for a called strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now.
Yeah, one pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the way he's throwing, this could turn out to be a night off for the bullpen.
And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Tapped down the line. Carpenter comes up with it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Cubs are down in order. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Colton Wong comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
16, Colton Wong.
That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. Lester into his motion. Here's the 0-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. But this will land untouched. Here's the 0-2. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Rizzo was there, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Left fielder, Anthony Garcia.
Anthony Garcia is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1.
That's a major league curveball there. Now, let's take a while to get used to, believe me.
Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Oh, and he was fooled that time on the pitch away as he went around for strike 2. Curveball, but he can't get him to chase it. 1-2.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Well, when you have a guy 2-2, you can throw something out of the zone, try and get him to chase, but when it's that far below the strike zone, it becomes a lot easier to lay off.
Swing and a little blooper to center. Caesar ranging forward. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
And this is all about taking charge out there. That's the center fielder's ball if he can get there. So he calls everybody off, and he makes the play easily.
Eric Fryer is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
Yeah, he started to go up the ladder there, but then he realized in time that he wasn't going to get there.
Popped up. And Rizzo able to make the catch, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. They lead it 1-0. John Lester will come forward now to start out their half of the 6th, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had them off balance all game.
And that's in there for strike one.
Well, he's thrown a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters he's faced, so that's a pretty good percentage because we're into the middle innings right now.
Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This is pulled into right. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Boy, he's doing it all out there so far. Not only is he pitching a great game, but he gets in on the act offensively as well.
Arismendi Alcantara will dig in 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And now the Cardinals get the bullpen working here. Both the lefty and a right-hander have stood up. Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get 2. Peralta for 1. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still, a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
Jason Hayward will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
And that misses, ball 1. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your times to the plate. You can't be predictable out there or he'll take advantage.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, he just made a mistake right there. This pitch up in the zone. He's got to get this ball down and try to get the double play ball. Instead, he leaves the pitch up, and that's going to wind up scoring that runner all the way from first base.
Now a look and a throw back to second. And the runner will get back standing.
Simple throw over there.
Here's Javier Baez. As he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. For Hayward, he picks up his 6th double so far on the year. 1 run, 4 hits. 1 error for the Cubs to this point. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit. But one thing he's shown so far, he's not afraid to work inside.
Yeah, with that base open right now, he shouldn't have to be afraid. If you do hit him, big deal. Get the next guy.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
First baseman number 44.
Anthony Rizzo will dig in again. He popped up in his first plate appearance and flew out last time around.
Well, he's putting the ball in play, but clearly getting under it too much right now. It'd be nice for him to stay through one right here.
And there's the 4th wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional walk.
Yeah, they decide they don't even want to mess around with this guy. With his track record, it's hard to say you blame him. Let somebody else beat you.
Jorge Soler strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. 2 down, runners at first and second. And he's behind now as he missed badly on that swing. 1-2.
I'll tell you, there have been a lot of swings like that all day long. They just have not been able to get a read on this guy. And that's not the first time he's made a guy look bad up there.
Hot shot to third. Carpenter with the slide. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Cubs pick up a run on the RBI double. Bottom of the 6th is straight ahead. All even at 1 apiece. Michael Wacha will lead things off for the Redbirds here in their half of the 6th inning.
Cardinals. Pitcher, Michael Wacha.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
He's just cruising out there now. I'll tell you, this may turn into a game of first team to 2 wins.
Now a big looping curveball in there for strike 2.
Hard to believe he'd let that one go. That was right on a platter for him.
Lester has his target. 0-2 on its way. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, he's able to set down his opposite number there, and I'll tell you, these 2 guys have pretty much matched each other pitch for pitch so far.
Matt Carpenter will step in, a ground-out victim as last time. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. A little bouncer. That winds up foul for the second strike. Another one sent foul. And this one's inside and high. 1-2 now. And that misses 2-2.
Yeah, 2 straight fastballs in on the hands. They haven't produced a strikeout. So now 2-2. You've got a few options here.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to second. Alcantara takes it in. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
The shortstop, number 27, Johnny Peralta.
Johnny Peralta will stand in. He's singled and popped out in his first 2 at-bats. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. 2 out, nobody on. Line toward the alley in left center. That's in for a base hit, and he's 2 for 3.
The first baseman, number 32, Matt Adams.
And you want to talk about being on top of your game? This is the first base runner that he's allowed since way back in the very first inning. He might not even remember what it's like to work out of the stretch.
Matt Adams ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Yeah, they got him on a breaking ball, so now we'll see if they try to put him away with soft stuff again if they get that chance.
And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Cards leave 1. Score remains tied 1-1. Welcome back to Busch Stadium here in St. Louis. All square at 1 as we get set to start the 7th. But before we do, let's take a look at the game summary to this point. Addison Russell We'll stand in here to start the 7th. EK, it's been a pitching and defense afternoon all throughout.
Yeah, neither starter looking like he's ready to blink. And neither one of them looking all that tired just yet.
First pitch of the at-bat. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1.
Well, you know, things have gone his way more often than not so far this afternoon, but he certainly didn't get any help on that one.
That one's a called strike. Back even at 1. That man right there opting to stay with his starter as we start the 7th inning.
And with his pitch count where it is right now, it wouldn't surprise me if they call it an afternoon after this inning.
That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Rocket to third, but this will be speared at third, and that was self-defense all the way. 1 gone.
Wow, and I think a sigh of relief is in order out there on the mound after that one. That's the potential go-ahead run if he can get aboard. Instead, it's just a loud line-out.
Into the box now, Matt Caesar. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1. And through 6 1/3, he's about to hit the 100 pitch mark now. Hit hard towards center. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
A couple of hard hit balls here to start the inning. Well, the first one found a glove, but not this one, though. He's on with a 1-out single.
David Ross strides in, grounded out his last time through.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him.
It doesn't take a trained eye to tell you. He's starting to wear down a bit out there on the mound.
And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's the 7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. Waka comes set and delivers. Oh, and a good curveball that time as it's taken for a called strike 3, and there are 2 away.
He continues to pitch well out there. Here's his pitch breakdown so far.
John Lester.
Standing in now, the pitcher, John Lester. So with 2 away, they decide to let him hit instead of burning a pinch hitter. Now a first pitch changeup here. Too far inside. It's 1-0. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. He pulls this one into right. Piscotty's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 1 left for the Cubs. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Rendell Grichuk will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the one run, that's it.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Ball 1.
Inside.
That evens it up 1-1. Oh, he pulls the string on the circle change. 1-2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
And if you're a fan of pitching, this has been the game for you. I mean, these two guys have both been exceptional so far. Just 2 runs allowed between both of them. Of course, makes the broadcasters awfully happy because this game has flown by.
Into the box, Stephen Piscotty. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. One and one, here it comes. And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. Soler is after it, and this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. Up the middle and off the pitcher's leg. And he can't pick it up. That ought to go down as an infield single.
Second baseman, number 16, Colton Wong.
Well, show motion's going to give us another look at this ball coming back at him, man. Oh, boy. You just don't have any time to react to something coming that quickly. He's lucky he's all right.
Colton Wong will stand in. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
0-1, here's the pitch. Ripped on the ground to first. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just one at second.
In now, Anthony Garcia, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Two out with the possible go-ahead run at first. In for a strike, it's 1-1. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. And the runner back safely. Here it comes on 1-1. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. And a curveball gets away, and this ought to be a passed ball. And a very big mistake, as that'll move the possible go-ahead run into scoring position.
I don't know if that one crossed him up or what, but that's a tough pass ball to take in a tie ball game. That could come back to haunt him.
2-2 pitch is a fastball high, so it runs full, 3-2.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. That was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging out.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, one man left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now, all tied at 1-1. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Oh, will be summoned from the bullpen now, as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Now pitching and batting in the 6th spot, number 26. Now playing second base and batting in the 9th spot, number 3, Jed
Arismendi Alcantara stands in. He'll try to improve in this at-bat after grounding into a fielder's choice his last time up.
Second baseman.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Lifted the other way out to left center. Calling for it, Garcia. 1 out.
Now batting, right fielder.
A look there at the numbers for our 2 starters here today, with both guys recently departed from the ball game and looking on from the dugout. Jason Hayward gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. First pitch on its way. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
That's inside. 2-0.
Now 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for the Cubs to this point. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Javier Baez is on deck. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Yeah, it's hard to look for a change up there, especially when a guy's got a good live fastball.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And he lays off. Ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Now batting, third baseman
Javier Baez will step forward now following the walk, as he'll hit with a definite speed threat at first and 1 away.
You can bet he's going to see some fastballs in this at-bat. I'd be looking dead red.
Here's the first pitch to him. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. Runner goes for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
Well, I think they had a feeling he'd be going, but you had to figure they weren't going to pitch out twice in a row, and he winds up taking second here and moving into scoring position.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Carpenter in foul ground. And this will land foul. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with one away. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
And every pitch so crucial in a tie ball game, so he'll step out and ask for time. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. In danger now of a second walk out of the bullpen.
Not exactly providing relief. He's got to find it here somehow.
Here comes the payoff pitch. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone. 2 very well-pitched games thus far. There you see it. Each team with a 1 and a whole lot of zeros. 1-1 our score at this point in the ball game. Things have been tight throughout. Anthony Rizzo digs in, looking to send something into the outfield that gives that go-ahead run a chance to score from second.
Well, no complaints on this end, guys. You've got to love any game that's this tight, this late.
And ball 4 now as he'll take first on the intentional walk.
Now batting, left fielder, Jorge Soler. Your attention, please.
So a new pitcher coming on now, and the call's gone out for the big guy, right-hander Jonathan Broxton. Jorge Soler will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances. He could make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
Broxton sets. Here's the first pitch. And there's no doubt Broxton really bringing it, and it's strike 1.
Yeah, even with 2 on and 2 away, this is not a guy that's going to back down out there. He comes right after him with a fastball, and he gets ahead.
And he misses with it, 1-1.
That's
2-1.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
Line drive to center field. And that's in there. Base hit. Around third and being waved on home. The run scores from second. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Up next for the Cubs.
That base hit, he drives in the go-ahead run, and he is excited. He's got every right to be.
Addison Russell steps in for a big at-bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th.
Yeah, this is a huge moment in this ball game, Matt. I mean, you might be looking at this at-bat when it's all over as one of the turning points in this game.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the inning. Only 1 in the inning for the Cubs. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 2 and the Cardinals 1. Yadier Molina will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Number 4, Yadier Molina.
Curveball looked at here for strike 1. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Now a swing and a soft liner, but this is a foul ball. On the ground up the middle. Russell has it. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yard. It's worked for him so far.
Jed Jerko will stand in now as he'll be getting his first plate appearance in this one here in the 8th. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And, oh, look out. Up and in and nearly took his head off.
Oh, that's what you call getting in tight with fastball.
And that's too high, ball 2.
Well, I'm no pitching coach, but I can see that shoulder starting to fly open a little. That ball's really taken off on it.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. In the dirt. It's 3-0 now. Seems like they're working very cautiously here. Is this a little too cautious?
Yeah, I mean, why are they giving this guy so much credit up there? He's someone that you got to come right after.
And he lays off, ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Well, now the further he goes in this one, the less precise he's going to be with his location. You can see it up on the screen. He's up over 90 pitches here. So he's starting to get tired and running out of gas out there.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Matt Carpenter. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he doesn't try to do too much here. Just keep that line moving. Do something productive and give the next guy a chance as well.
The 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
I don't think there are too many guys in this lineup that could have laid off that 0-2 pitch. That's a real tough take.
Hit back up the middle. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
Not really all that tough a play heading up the middle, but you see it takes a funny little hop there at the end, and this will be scored as an error.
Here's Johnny Peralta now. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Bullpen working behind him, but you know this guy does not want to give up the baseball.
And he never does. I just don't think that's in his mentality.
High in the air into shallow left center. Caesar shading to his right. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
The first baseman, number 32, Matt Adams.
Matt Adams will stand in for the 4th time now, still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Cards strand a couple. They still trail it here 2-1. Yadier Molina will stay in the ball game as he'll likely do the catching from here out.
Now catching, number 4, Yadier Molina.
Kevin Segrist come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Kicking off the top of the 9th, Matt Caesar, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
Not a bad idea when you're facing a guy with a funky delivery like his. You go up there taking a pitch, get yourself a better idea of the release point that he's showing you and how to time that delivery a little bit better.
And they go right after him here as he swings and misses. Strike 2. Hit hard to short. And now this ties up Peralta. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
And on a ball hit as hard as this one was, that's an excellent job to just get a glove on it and prevent it from going into left field. And then he's able to corral it and throw it on to first in time. Boy, that's a nice play.
Standing in now, David Ross, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Good arm action on the circle change, swung on and missed. 0-2.
Well, I just don't think he was expecting that one, and it was the perfect time to just take a little off.
Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
And a swing and a miss here, and the first 2 are dispatched to begin the 9th.
Well, you could see his mindset at the plate. He's thinking, I got to get out in front here, try to pull something. Didn't really get a good pitch to do that, though, so he's going to have to go grab a seat.
Into the box now, John Lester. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Setting him up inside as he swings and misses for strike 2.
This fastball is looking pretty lively right now.
0-2 count and the pitch. Chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They lead it 2-1. Striding in to start the 9th, Rendell Grichuk, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, this has been a great game so far, and they're only down by 1. So getting this leadoff guy on would be huge for them.
Right there for strike 1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Caesar is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting, right fielder, Stephen Piscotty.
Stephen Piscotty gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike one. Lester gets the sign. Here it is on 0-1. And the curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Lifted in the air to center field. Caesar giving chase, and he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
With the 0-2 count, he was really forced to protect the plate, and you can see this ball's not even in the strike zone, but he chases after it anyway, and he lifts this for an easy fly ball.
Tommy Pham will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. I know we have a tendency in the media to get hung up on pitch counts, but this is a legitimate workload he's sweated through so far.
Yeah, anytime you get up around that 110 mark, you put in a full shift, and he's fast approaching it here.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And there's ball 2 now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a liner, but foul. Looking for the complete game. Here's the pitch. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
And a good job here of making him throw a lot of pitches. He probably doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank, so the more you make him work, the better your chances of getting a mistake.
Hard liner to center field, and that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
And you just had the feeling that even though they were down to their final strike, they were not going to go down easily, and now they're going to keep this game alive for at least one more batter.
Anthony Garcia comes to the plate now with the tying run at first, so he'll be looking to drive a ball into the gap here. On his way toward the mound now is skipper Joe Madden, and I believe that's going to be all for John Lester. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Hector Rondon is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Number 56, Hector Rondon.
Anthony Garcia will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away.
When you're 0 for 3 in a game already, I think you're really happy to see a new pitcher in this ballgame. Maybe something will change for him.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike one. And that's taken for strike two, as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
A runner on first with two away. And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first.
Well, that's certainly how you can save some wear and tear on your arm. He only needed 3 pitches to finish this one off, and he picks up the save.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. And guys, the Cubs were given an excellent outing on the mound here by this man, Jon Lester. Strike opposed, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, a little unfortunate he couldn't get that final out in the 9th, but still, 8 2/3, good innings of work, and he was on his game here in this one.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 2-1. So long from St. Louis.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 8 men on base. For St. Louis, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 33 minutes. Our paid attendance this afternoon, 46,000. The Cardinals would like to thank you for joining us in baseball heaven and remind you to please drive home safely.